Preview.
U.S. President Donald Trump speaks during a security briefing on August 10, 2017, at his Bedminster National Golf Club in New Jersey. Picture Nicholas Thomas Donald Trump, the Merchant of Doom. For some people that might be true, but even the most sober-minded folks are getting worried about where Donald Trump could take the world. Whether he's thumbing his nose at the idea of policy action on climate change or provoking a nuclear-armed and belligerent despot with his aggressive brand of 140-character diplomacy, there's not much about the current U.S. president that portrays stability. After threatening North Korea with fire and the fury like the world has never seen this week, a cabal of global scientists who take it upon themselves to divine how close the world is to catastrophe got restless. Known as the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, the group is responsible for setting the time on a symbolic clock face dubbed the doomsday clock, which is meant to signify the likelihood that the world will face a catastrophic event. The closer the time is to midnight, the closer we are to doomsday. As the name suggests, it was originally conceptualized to reflect the threat of nuclear war, but the idea that underpins it has since grown to signal the danger posed by an array of threats stemming from political, environmental and economic instability. It's a curious PR exercise, but nonetheless serves as a reminder of how humanity is trending. Robert Brosner is an astrophysicist and founding director of the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago and is a co-chair on the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists Science and Security Board. When he heard about Donald's Trump fire and fury tweet this week, he reacted with dismay. A man watches a television screen showing President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un during a news program at the Seoul train station in Seoul, South Korea, Thursday, August 10, 2017. Picture on Young Jun Sorsip. It was in the same spirit as North Korea's great leader. Very belligerent, he told Motherboard. When those things were said, was there a game plan in mind of how things would play out? From everything I've heard, the answer is no. That's a scary thing. Other members of the group, such as award-winning theoretical physicist and cosmologist Lawrence Krauss, have also been making noise about the worrying state of global affairs this week. Spoke to CBS News. Korean miniaturization of nukes combined with U.S. saber-rattling lack of diplomacy doesn't make world safer, of course. Lawrence M. Krauss at Krauss 1, August 8, 2017. Right now, the clock stands at 2½ minutes to midnight. In January, it was moved 30 seconds forward. The group, which is advised by a board of sponsors, including 15 Nobel laureates, cited a rise in strident nationalism worldwide. President Donald Trump's comments on nuclear arms and climate issues, a darkening global security landscape that is colored by increasingly sophisticated technology and a growing disregard for scientific expertise. Despite all the fiery rhetoric of late, the hands of the clock will stay where they are for now because the group of scientists don't meet again to decide the time until November. An editorial cartoon by John Kadelka satirizing the whole idea. Source supplied. Typically, the scientists meet twice a year to discuss world events that impact global security and decide whether the conceptual timepiece needs adjusting. The most optimistic the clock has ever been was 17 minutes to midnight, which occurred for 4 years from 1991 following the fall of the Berlin Wall, the end of the Cold War and the signing of the first Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. Conversely, the clock's closet approach to the dreaded vertical axis was in 1953 after the United States and the Soviet Union tested thermonuclear devices within 9 months of one another. At that time, the clock was placed at 2 minutes to midnight. At this rate, we could be heading back there. We are in a time only matched by the nuclear arms race and the height of the Cold War. Source supplied.